Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is me Joey and this is Coffee Movies with Joey. And today we're going to talk about the Sony PlayStation launches film and TV production studio. We just got some news and information regarding this, and I'm going to read a couple of things just to give you guys the idea that I'm not making this up. This is legit stuff. And this is cool stuff because if you're a PlayStation fan, or even an Xbox fan, or even a Nintendo fan, doesn't matter. The booming world is now being consumed by video games, trying to make the best adapted film based off of our favorite video game characters and franchises, and it's going to be awesome. So sit back, relax, enjoy some coffee, and let's watch this with yours truly, Joey. So here we are at the Yahoo Entertainment website, and you can see here Sony PlayStation launches film and TV production studio, and we see the logo for the PlayStation Productions company. That is an awesome image for me or for any fan, because this is the very same image that we got from the PlayStation when we first conceived the consoles all over our houses. The PlayStation, and I thought that was cool. All I need is that little sound that they play in the background when it's dark, and then the logo appears, and you hear that Sony cool music when it goes vroom, knowing that it's PlayStation. Yeah, hopefully every film starts with this logo and sounds just like that when you play the games, but when you watch the films, that'll be incredible. So let's talk more about the information and news. PlayStation Film and Television Studio. In the wake of more and more video game movie adaptations, like Detective Pikachu and that infamous Sonic movie, which I'll talk about in another video. We'll talk about that in another video. Sony launched PlayStation Productions. PlayStation Productions is seemingly inspired by how Marvel took world of comic books and made it into great movies. And we even have a quote here from Sean Layden, chairman of SIE Worldwide Studios. We looked at what Marvel has done in taking the world of comic books and making it into the biggest thing in the film world. I like that quote there because we are gravitating and captivated by what Marvel has done, but yet now that they know the formula of what Marvel has done, they can do their own thing. They can create their own strategies and make their own world the way they want to. And it's an exciting time. I mean, look at these characters. There's a vast majority of so many characters that we can grab so much content. Not all of it will be films and stuff, but still, I really like that idea that they understand the formula of what Marvel did. They're not doing what DC is doing. They're not doing what Universal tried to do with the Dark Universe. Godzilla is doing really good with its universe for right now. But this is going to be different. I mean, look at all these characters. Each character has a unique taste and character in which their own. But they can all belong in one shared universe. And that's exciting to see film gaming come to life in the big screen. But not all of it will be acceptable. But it's okay. We got pros that understand this stuff. So let's look at this picture here, for example, just to give you a good idea. Let's say they're making a movie called Fat Princess, right? The movie's going to be based off of Fat Princess. Okay, it's going to be its own story. It's probably going to be a comedy. It's probably going to be funny and historical and out of this world, right? And that's going to build up into its own thing. They're going to take its time with Fat Princess Cake, and they're going to have a good time with it. Make the best out of it, and try the best product with that thing. What will be the best way to present this as a TV series or as a film series, right? So that's where they come in and try to strategize what would be best. Not everything's going to fit well into the cinematic universe, but not everything's going to fit well into TV. So what would you like? You would like to see a Fat Princess TV series or a movie? So that is where we're at right now. We're trying to understand what PlayStation Productions, films, and TV are going to be doing. And it's really awesome to kind of think about that. Because, of course, we're probably going to see Ratchet and Clank in some sort of form into, its own thing. But we're not probably going to see Sweet Tooth, for example, in Papa Rapper, unless there's a reason for that character to be there, and you have to think about the demographic of kids, adults, and teenagers. Not everything's going to be for kids, and not everything's going to be for teens and adults. So what does that mean? That means we're not going to be getting every single property into a film. What they're trying to do is basically just work on the stuff that they can make out of films based off of video games. Because, for example, I can see a Devil May Cry film, and I can see a Infamous film, a Uncharted film, a Bioshock film, a Tekken film, and I can see those characters all in some way, shape, or form enter the Twisted Metal arena somehow, or have it a different, unique spin and take. For example, can you just imagine, like after the Twisted Metal tournament, Calypso tries to gather all the characters from their own franchises to do a battle royale battle to the death? To me, that's just like cinematic pleasure to me. That's like a dream come true. That is probably what they should be doing. Trying to aim for a bigger end, but trying to build up to it. And we are already getting a Twisted Metal TV series. So I think that would be really awesome to kind of build up the Twisted Metal world that they're building up to. And start small. Maybe make the Twisted Metal tournament only in LA in the first TV series, and then build into a film where it's much bigger, much global, much worldwide kind of thing. I think that'd be cool, and just amazing stuff that could happen. And it's just incredible to be part of that, to see this stuff happen. And how can that happen? How can these characters coexist in the same universe? Well, they can't. They can't. I mean, look at this. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale already did it for us. They pretty much invented a dream come true, kind of like a Super Smash Brothers kind of style of game where you can choose different PlayStation characters and have them battle it out. And how can that be possible? They have to find ways, right? And Calypso, if you guys don't know, he's like this master of mind bending and special abilities. And everyone would want something. For example, Kratos would want to have his family back. And he would want to enter this type of tournament. Or Sweet Tooth will just want to kill a certain person because that's what he wants. He wants to kill that last victim that got away. So we have that. But how can Sly Cooper and Crash Bandicoot fit in all this? Now, I'm not saying this is exactly what's going to happen. I'm just saying that they need to build slowly into this world. First, start with the TV Twisted Metal series. Create each character, unique character, and build up on each character. Maybe start with the origin story of Calypso, how he got his powers, and what just interested him into this tournament. And then kind of do a film cinematic trilogy and use that as the background to the entire cinematic PlayStation Productions universe that they're trying to build upon. But all things could just be theories. That's all I'm saying. Now it says here, PlayStation Productions is a new production studio that will create film and television shows based on PlayStation video game titles, thus taking advantage of the whole PlayStation exclusive video game catalog built since 1993. Consisting of a library of more than 100 original properties ranging from adventure to sci-fi to action to mystery to horror. That's awesome. And we feel that now is a good time to look at other media opportunities across streaming or film or television to give our worlds life in another spectrum. Sean Layden, chairman of SIE Worldwide Studios, once again letting us know what's up. The cool thing about Sony is that it's its own thing. It's a huge industry. I mean, we hear all the time music from Sony. The sounds they make, the cameras they do, the computers they do, the PlayStation, and more entertainment value such as TV. They have this huge, epic thing going on with their Sony devices. And we love Sony devices. But the biggest success Sony Pictures has had was PlayStation. PlayStation has sold so many consoles worldwide, from PlayStation to PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and now the PlayStation 5. And they have sold out billions. So we have here one Sony collaboration. Sony is a multinational conglomerate of companies with ventures on finance, electronics, music, films, television, video games, and more, with each venture running in different companies, namely Sony Financial Holdings, Sony Electronics, Sony Pictures, Sony Music, Sony Interactive Entertainment, etc. These people know their stuff, and we're in the right track to create films based off of video games because these people love the sources and the material that they build. They are builders, they are dreamers, and they are fans. They are us, and they want to make the best for us. PlayStation Productions will be a joint collaboration between SIE and Sony Pictures. Sony Interactive Entertainment is the video game division of Sony, whereas Sony Pictures works on television and film production and distribution. It says here, quote, "We want to create an opportunity for fans of our games to have more touch points with our franchises." Sean Layden, chairman of SIE Worldwide Studios. PlayStation Productions is changing the way we make video game adaptations. Most video game companies have no experience nor the capability to produce video game adaptations themselves. Consequently, they license their IP, allowing a studio to make the adaptations instead. Sega, Sonic. This has always been the rule with video game movies. For instance, Legendary produced both Warcraft movie and Detective Pikachu movies. On the other hand, Paramount and Blur Studios are producing the Sonic movie. Similarly, Illumination is producing the upcoming Super Mario movie. So in all other appeal, we are getting so much video game films. But what's more important about this Sony actual film universe they're trying to do is what I like to hear in the next paragraph that I'm about to read to you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where it got my heart. When it says doing video game adaptations right, retelling the game in a movie. However, we do have great expectations of PlayStation Productions. In its interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Sean Levy demonstrated they are aware of the problem. He stated, "You can see just by watching older video game adaptations that the screenwriter or director didn't understand the world or the gaming thing. The real challenge is how do you take 80 hours of gameplay and make it into a movie? The answer is you don't. What you do is you take the ethos, you write from them specifically for the film audience. You don't try to retell the game in a movie." And that right there is where it hits home. You can see just by watching older video game adaptations that the screenwriter or director didn't understand the world or the gaming thing. That means this gentleman here, Sean Layden, chairman of SIE Worldwide Studios, understands that he knows that when we come to go see a video game adapted film, we want to see things that are in the game, things that make sense in the game. So when you're actually watching the movie, it's not like the game, but it has similar understandings of what the game is famous for and the emotions that is important for that game film to happen. That's incredible. So you're not playing a movie, you're watching it. Misinterpretation of the game and characters. Another problem with adaptations in general is the misinterpretation of the characters and the world, whether by assigning the wrong personality to the character or casting someone which didn't portray it appropriately. PlayStation Productions show that they are well aware of this problem. Asad Quibash, head of PlayStation Productions, said, "We created this entity to manage and control the process of getting the right director, the right actors, the right screenwriter." In other words, these are people that understand what they are doing. They want to make the most successful thing possible, and this is the right way to make a successful things, is by getting people that understand this stuff. By hiring people that work with Sony, that build games, that play games, that know the stuff, And that's what we want. This builds that. And we are delved into this cultural video game world that we enjoy and we love, because it's not. So unlike Sega or Nintendo, Sega just doesn't really understand the character. They think that they make a Sonic game and they have to redesign the Sonic character because people don't like the character. That just tells you one thing, that what you're about to see has not anything to do with how the games are or anything like that, because Sega is not involved. It's its own thing. It's a studio thing. Super Mario Brothers movie, Nintendo was involved, but not really. They were not really involved. There was too many people cooking the food. This time around, PlayStation would be involved, and it'll be PlayStation products by PlayStation people who enjoy and understand PlayStation, for us fans who play games by PlayStation. That's what we want, that's what we need, and that's exciting news for all of us. I mean, we are already in the right steps and directions according to the PlayStation Productions film division and TV division, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited because it's awesome. I mean, look at this. Twisted Metal is la primera series de PlayStation, pretty much saying that this will be the first TV series for the PlayStation Productions team. That's all in Spanish, but I read Spanish, so now you know. But it's exciting. It's exciting stuff because now we are actually getting stuff from people that understand the material. And maybe people in studios can learn from this and have a competitive understanding of video games adapted into film. So that's it. On my next video, I'll talk about Twisted Metal, and then on another video, I'll talk about the Sonic movie, what I think about it. Well, I hope you guys liked this video, and I'm going to put this on YouTube. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you all later. And peace out.